What's going on YouTube? I just still with you, and on today's video I'm bringing another challenge. In this case it's gonna be an only blue Pokemon and Pokemon LeafGreen, and of course we gotta go with our boy Squirtle. We name ourselves Blue because we're only gonna be using blue Pokemon, and we name our starter Tortuga. That's turtle in Spanish. I was over here trying to figure it out the way to spell it, making sure that it was the right way. We got it. Our rival name is gonna be Red. If you guys want to be featured on the next video on the rivals name, let me know in the comment section, and you could possibly be the next one. So he chose, of course, Bulbasaur, and believe it or not, this one went much better than our previous battle, meaning our previous video. If you guys want to check it out, we didn't only give Pokemon. With that one, we actually started with Bulbasaur, and we got Wipeout in the beginning. Also, guys, I know in the beginning I didn't mention the rules. I'm gonna leave it on the description so you guys can check it out. But the main one is I can catch HM Pokemon, so that way I can maneuver around the map a little bit better. Once we get full team that we don't need cut or any other move or any other HM, they will be out of our team and we'll be with full team. Now this is our second match with our rival. Didn't win as bad. Right there I thought we were gonna get wiped out. Luckily we didn't. We took it out, and from there we work our way to Brock. This is our first gym match. Having Squirtle made this gym so much easier. Our next run is gonna be with Charmander. I don't know how that one is gonna be, but hey, stay tuned for that one. Um, we took care of Brock's first Pokemon. Now the only one that I have is Onyx. This one is a little faster than my Squirtle, but not as stronger. We go ahead and took care of it. Squirrel went down. Squirrel went down. Onyx went down, giving us the first bat, and this is how we started. Now, because it was a only blue Pokemon run, we ended up catching Nidoran. But that way, we have a blue Pokemon. We have a second team member, and our third match with our rival went as smooth as planned. We did everything we needed, and we met up with Misty. Second gym. This one was a little, I don't want to say difficult, but it gave me a challenge just because I didn't have like no grass Pokemon, but bite on Tortuga um gave me kind of like an edge. Staryu and Starmie. And guys, hunting that I mentioned, I know I said two Pokemon. Well, we actually had three. We ended up having Magikarp. That's gonna be our third member, meaning Gyarados once it evolved. But here comes Starmie. I believe to bite. Oh wait, one more. But not before it decide to go for an potion. I believe it was a super potion, healing all the way almost to full. But it was not enough. We go ahead and took care of it. I thought about learning rapid spin, possibly switch it for bite, but I'm like, I need bite. And now we work our way down to the SS cruise. We defeated our rival once again. Right there, I thought we was gonna faint as well with the Eradicate, but luckily Queen pulled it off. We was able to evolve it before this match, And now we gave a massage to the captain so he can give us the HM. And we work our way to our third gym leader. He started right away with a Voltor. He's no match for us. I go ahead and went on the ground, hit it with a dig, taking it out in one shot. Win. For me, I feel like it's gonna be the MVP of this run. Let me know in the comment section who you think is gonna be the MVP. But so far, we have 3 team members. We're gonna get our next one coming up soon. Now we go ahead and took care of Pikachu, and last one is Raichu. This double team gets a little scary just because accuracy in this generation was little terrible, and it keeps spamming double team, making the evasion more annoying to deal with. And believe it or not, we are over here to paralyze fella. I paralyzed Raichu, but in return I got paralyzed and it got healed. But not before we took care of it, giving us our third badge. Now I work my way through the cave, the dark cave, and I was like, yeah, I gotta go straight for the rival. And we meet up with our rival for the first time. This one wasn't as bad as either. We took care of it, and we went straight for Erica, our fourth gym leader. At this point, Queen was able to learn, I believe, his aerial ace, and with this, I was able to take care of the grass gym leader, giving me kind of like an edge, an advantage, so that way I can deal with it. And here I am, clicking area A because it's the only move that can do some damage. Now Tangela came in, it's bulky, but not as bulky enough. We took care of it with 2 shot. And here comes Viploom. Now with the Giga Drain, it's not too effective. The only problem is it's gonna be healing in return, and we're paralyzed, so that means we're slower and we might not attack. But we did, leaving it in 1. But now it decided to go for the hyper potion, and because we're paralyzed, we're slower. So of course, Viploom went first, taking us out in the process. Now that Gyarados is evolved, um, I wasn't expecting much from it, but I was like, hey, whatever you can do to get rid of this Viploom will work. 2 Dragon Rage was enough. We took care of it. Gyarados level up. I thought about learning Leer, but I'm like, hey, it's not ideal. We don't need it. On the ground of the casino, we met up with Giovanni. We took care of it. Kangaskhan wasn't much of a threat. And one more water pulse to the face was enough. We took care of Giovanni. And here is our fourth member. Guys, I was looking around to make sure that this Pokemon was actually blue. Some people say that it was blue. Some people say it didn't. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. In my opinion, I feel like it's blue. I have a plushie of it. He looks blue. The people say that he's green, but let's go with blue. Anyway, back to our gym leader, Koga. I defeated the Coffin. That was the first one that he lead with. And now we got Mud. We have over here Chubby Chunk, our Snorlax. I'm hoping that he's gonna be doing enough damage in this particular gym. And the main reason why I have him here is so that way I can do as much damage that I can and then send my other Pokemon. I was trying to kind of like level it as I'm going. But once I saw minimize, I'm like, yep, here we go with the evasion. Luckily, it's paralyzed, so that will give me a free turn. but because of the minimize, we can miss it. And we miss again with a headbutt. And he's paralyzed. But one more sludge was enough to take care of us. And Snorlax went down. Decided to go for hyper potion, healing all the way up. And we throw a serve. I was hoping that serve would do enough, but it didn't. It's only a little above half, and it's keep going for minimize. The evasion and mug is crazy right now, but we have 2020 eye connecting on serve, but we went down. I know I have Nidoqueen with aerial ace, which that attack will always guaranteed to hit, even though minimize the evasion is raised. But I was trying to keep it in case it would have decided to go for explosion. Like, I need to keep Nidoqueen safe just in case. That's the reason why I ended up switching here, just because Coffin likes to go for explosion. So I'm trying to keep Nidoqueen safe. Now Gyarados took care of it. Now we're poison and Weezing comes in, and I'm like, can you at least do some damage, just so that way when Nidoqueen comes in, it won't be too much of a problem. Gyarados did his job wonderfully. One body slam to the face of Weezing. I thought it was gonna be enough, but it didn't. Two body slam took care of Weezing, and no more Koga. Now I work my way through the Silk Coat building, and we meet up with a rival. This time he's much stronger with Venusaur, but watching wasn't much of a match. We ended up taking it out, and now we meet up with Giovanni once again. This time he was a bit stronger as well, but not as stronger than we are. We took care of him, and now we are with Sabrina. She decided to lead away with Kadabra, and I'm like, for that I got my Snorlax. I hit it right away with Body Slam, took care of it. I'm like, maybe one more to Mr. Mime. Nope. Decide to go for Calm Mind. I'm like, that's fine, because one more Body Slam should do the job. We took care of Mr. Mime, and now it wants to send Venoma. And I'm like, well, I can send Queen, and maybe Rock Slide will take care of it. But no. Like maybe two. And by the way, guys, at this point we actually have a full team. Um, Forgot to mention it. We have Tangela, and our final Pokemon, as you guys can see, is Articuno. I forgot to show when I actually got it, but there's a short of me getting Articuno with just Pokeball. It drive me crazy, but I was able to do it. If you guys want to check it out, it's in the shorts. Go ahead and check it out. Now we defeated Sabrina, and we work our way towards Blaine. This one was, I want to say, easy, just because we have our Tortuga, and I'm like, right away, let's settle rain dance. Let's make ourselves strong as we can. And I'm like, in the rain, we got burned with the fire blast. It connect with it. How lucky is this Growly? But we took care of it. Growly went down, and it decided to send Ponyta. And I'm like, can you catch a surf to the face? Nope, it couldn't. Ponyta went down, and now it decides to send Rapidash. Rapidash is not faster than we are. We go ahead and took care of it. Now 3 of his Pokemons are down. One more left, and it's this Arcanine. And I'm like, that is fine if you drop my attack, because we're special. And we took care of 4 of his Pokemon right away. This one was like the easiest of them all. And here we are with Mr. Giovanni. This one, I don't want to say it was easy as well, but with this gym leader, we are actually able to showcase um one of our favorite Pokemon in the team, and it's Untangle. Over here, I'm just trying to set up that way I'm faster, bulky, and I can quite possibly one shot every Pokemon that Giovanni has. That's why you saw me setting Sunny Day, one growth, so that way I'm plus two attack, special attack, and now one Giga Drain will replenish all my health. And it decides to send Nidoqueen, and I'm like, hey, I have one of those, and I knew that I was going to live one of the attack, but I didn't know that I was actually slower than Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen is actually faster. Me being on their sun and I had chlorophyll, I'm like, that's a little odd. But we're strong at this point. We took care of Nidoqueen, and now Nidoking comes in, and because we are plus six on special attack, we are too strong. We are one strong on Tango, and all it has is two Pokemon. And I'm like, one Vine Whip to the face. It has three, but if I hit right in the middle, it's a KO. And Dugtrio went down, and Reinhardt comes in, not expecting to get his life sucked out. And we took care of it. No more Giovanni, no more gym leader. Now it's our way to the gym, to the Pokemon League. But not before our rival stopped us on the way, and I had to show him real quick who is the real champion of Palatown. This one, I don't want to say it was too easy either. At this point, he's starting to be stronger, but with Chubby Chunk, we took care of it, and here we are. We are at the Pokemon League. I decide to go right away, and the reason why you saw me switching um into Queen is because I was expecting for Rock Slide to do as much damage, like as much damage possible. But Rock Slide didn't do as much as I thought it would. I'm like, maybe one superpower would do. And it did. I even tried on Tango in the beginning, but Dugan was a bit too bulky and a bit too strong. One ice beating was enough, and it will always one shot on Tango. That's why I had to lead Queen first, take care of Dugon, and now that we have Tango in the field, I can set up with it. And I know that Cloistered, all it has is like Hail, Protect, and there's other two move that it has it that it isn't. They're not like effective move. Oh wait, that's another one, Spike. The other one is not like affected towards us. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna take advantage now, and I'm gonna set up. I know that it's gonna keep spamming either Hell when I hit Sunny Day, or it's gonna protect. So I'm like, well, this is a nice turn for me to, like I said, set up. So I went for Sunny Day, Growth, and I'm sorry, this one for a good bet. But it just I wanted to be set up as much possible, so that way I could take care of all their team members. And because I'm not taking as much damage, I'm like, well, this is ideal. Now that we are, I want to say strong enough, I was just want to make sure that I can boost my special attack any higher. That's why you saw me clicking it again. And I'm like, okay, now it's time to send on Tango, unleash it. But it decided to go for a dive. And I'm like, the one move that was not contemplated, you decide to go with now. I'm like, okay, well, now I can go for Giga Drain, sucking the life out of you, and maybe heal all the way back. We almost did. We almost went back to full. and now decide to send Slowbro. I'm like, we are +6 on special attack, so yeah, we took care of one shot, and I'm like, yes, now we're golden. The sun is bright, it's really hot, and Lapras can't take a Giga Drain either. We took care of it. There's two, more like three, because we took care of Cloister as well. Now, Jinx came in. We are actually slower, and one Ice Punch was enough. After all the hard work, Jinx came in, one Ice Punch to Untangle, one to Queen, and it took care of both of us. And I'm like, we're gonna lose right here after all that setup, all the shenanigans we were doing to get up to this point. And I'm like, well, maybe we get a quick, easy KO there. But no, we almost did. Decide to go for the full heal, full restore. And now, Chubby Chung fall in love with this ugly looking Pokemon. I'm sorry, Jinx. I don't know how they fall in love with each other, but hey, kudos to them. Snorlax decided to go for the nap, and because we have thick fat, we're able to take those ice punch a little bit better. But because we're way on the level, we're taking damage. And I'm like, can you please um break out of this curse that Jin set up on you? And we did. We break out of it. We were not too in love with it. And another body slam was enough to take care of Jin's. One lead member down, and here comes Bruno. Bruno wasn't too bad either. It didn't ended up sending Onyx. I have Tortuga. We sent a serve. We took care of it, and now I decide to send Hitmonchan. And as soon as I click fly, I remember that he has Sky Uppercut. I was afraid that I was gonna use it. It didn't. It ended up actually using Rock Tomb, dropping my speed, and I'm like, no. I should have went more for like Ice Beam right there. Maybe that would have gave me the KO. But hey, mistake that was done. We'll fix it for another run. Tortuga came in, took care of Hitmonchan. Hitmonlee came in, one surf to the face, ended up doing a crit. And I'm like, well, now it's time to set up the rain. So that way we can boost our power. That was a misclick for myself. I ended up clicking Rain Dance 2 times in a row, causing me some damage. Luckily, he ended up missing the the one attack, the mega kick, and we took care of it. Now my champ came in. If I wouldn't have misclicked Rain Dance twice, maybe we could have lived and take care of my champ, but we will never know. Now I'm like, well, one area ace should be enough to take care of it, but unfortunately, it wasn't. Uh, um, I'm over here healing, but Machamp decides to heal all the way back with the full restored, not doing too much damage to us, which is good. Thought cross shot was gonna be enough to take care of us, but it didn't. It only pretty much just scratch us. And I decided to go for another full restore. And I'm like, how many do you got? I'm over here spamming area A's. Luckily in that turn, I was not, let's say that I have a 1000 IQ play there. I was not expecting Onyx to come in. When he switched, I ended up clicking Earthquake. It came in clutch, dropping all the way to the orange. I thought it would have KO. I'm not gonna lie. It lived, but hey, we took care of Onyx. Machamp came in, decided to go for Bulko, trying to be defensive, but we hit it with a crit, taking out Machamp. There's no more Bruno, and here comes Agatha. And the reason why I wanted to have Snorlax in the team, it was for this particular elite member. Um, Gengar decides to go for double team, which is annoying. We won't be able to hit as much that I would like to. The reason why I have substitute is so that way, if it decides to hit me with supersonic or put me to sleep, it won't be able to, as we're gonna be inside of the Bing Bag. Luckily, we was able to hit with two of the shadow ball. I was contemplating on putting it on Snorlax, but at the end I ended up doing it, and it worked out. Now I thought about switching, but I'm like, I'm still in the Bing Bag. Let me take advantage of it. Um, into they actually break the substitute, which they did. And knowing that every time they're in the red zone, they go for some type of healing, I was like, well, I can go for another substitute, stay inside and heal back some health while I'm producing damage. And that's exactly what we did. Our substitute faded right there, and we put it right back in the red zone as we're healing. And I thought she was gonna heal, but she didn't. I ended up switching, didn't cost too much, we didn't get too much damage in return. And I'm like, one rock slide, if we connect, we're golden. I need to keep Snorlax healthy and alive for the next few Pokemon, especially this Hunter. Now, I thought about going for another substitute, but Hunter is actually quicker. It ended up hitting Mean Luck. I can't escape now, and I'm like, okay, this is scary. I won't have a way to switch or hit it. My only win condition right now is to wake up. And I'm like, can you please wake up, Snorlax? I need you to wake up. And in my head, when I saw Curse, I was like, yes. If I wake up, I'm inside of the substitute. Curse won't be able to hit me. But yes, it did. Um, Luckily, it decided to go for hypnosis. But because we were inside of the Bing Bag, we were safe. And now, because we got hit with Curse, I ended up switching. I didn't want to because I didn't want to take the Intimidate, but I was like, I can't keep Snorlax in. So it would die. I ended up switching to Queen. Attack drop. I ended up switching to Gyarados to drop Arbok's attack. And this was like kind of like a back and forth. I just didn't want to have Snorlax die or even Queen go down in here. That's why I switched. And then I ended up switching right back into Snorlax. I'm like, yeah, I can do this. Maybe um go for rest. I thought it was gonna go for Screech, lower my defense, but no. I thought I could heal myself all the way back and maybe hope to wake up inside of the Bing Bag. But that didn't work out. Queen ended up taking care of Arbok. And right now this Gengar is the most annoying. Clicking hypnosis through the whole match. Now that we are asleep, I can't do much. My only thing is to wake up, and Tortuga doesn't want to wake up. Ended up going down, and I'm like, please, Queen, can you pull it off? Nope. Ended up staying asleep. Well, being put to sleep. Luckily, we woke up. I know that earthquake is gonna be super effective, but it has levitate, so I won't be able to hit it with that. So a couple of rock slide, drop it to the orange. We are healthy as well. Back then, let's say Hypnosis, I thought about switching, which I did. I don't want Nido Queen to go down. I want Gengar to waste all the Hypnosis that it has. So that way it can't keep putting my Pokemon to sleep. It's annoying. Gyarados came in. Luckily, we put it to the red zone. There's no more full restore, no more healing. My only thing is neck put an attack, not being put to sleep. Now Shadow Ball came in, Red wasn't enough, and Area Ace was enough to take care of Agatha last Gengar. Now we are right here with Lance, the Dragon Tamer, and let's see what happened. Right away he lead up with Gyarados, and I'm like, this is not good. I wish I would have had lead with Nidoqueen. That way I could have threw Rock Slide. Would it be super effective? But I'm like, it is what it is. Maybe a couple of Dragon Rage will be enough. But no, it was not. One Hyper Beam took care of me. And because he select Hyper Beam, he had to recharge. So Rock Slide was not enough. Ended up flinch, which is not ideal. Dragon Rage is only doing like 40 damage. We ended up taking care of Gyarados with a Rock Slide, but it decided to go for full restore. And I'm like, you better use all those healing right now. I don't want to see them at the end. Now I keep spamming Dragon Rage while we over here healing, and one more Rock Slide will be enough. We took care of Gyarados, and here comes Aerodactyl. And I'm like, if we're faster, one Rock Slide will be enough. Luckily, we live and we poison it in the process. And because Aerodactyl is poison, we are really low in health. I'm like, yeah, you can't do much unless it decides to go for an attack and miss. But no, it connect with it. And here comes Chubby Chunk. Decide to go for the Hyper Beam, dropping us all the way to less than half. I was a little worried that I was going to be able to set up the substitute. Luckily, I was able to. And because he clicked Hyper Beam, it had to recharge. So that turn came in clutch. We're inside of the Bing Bag. But now before Dragonite decided to go for wing attack, taking the Bing Bat away, and we paralyze it. So now we're faster than this Dragonite, and we live with 3. Chubby Chunk came in clutch, but it has a berry. Ended up healing all the way to half, and now it has outrage. I'm like, maybe one ice beam will be enough with one, and it was. Ended up taking care of it, and here comes Dragoneer. And I'm like, one ice beam? Nope, it's not enough. Now we're lower, and I decided to go for another healing, and I was like, what did I say in the beginning? I didn't want to see no more healing. But I guess now we got a high roll. We took care of Dragoneer, and here comes the last one. And I'm like, can you connect with Ice Beam? Don't be paralyzed. And now we didn't get the high roll again. But I'm like, one more should be enough. And indeed it was. No more lands. And now we are on our way to become the real deal. And I'm like, hey, bro, I told you in the beginning I was going to be the champion of Palatown. And I'm here to prove it. Luckily, we poisoned Pidgeot. I ended up going for the Rock Slide. We're healing. While I was over there, Toxic decided to go for Sand Attack. And I'm like, oh my god, the evasion in this game is gonna be the my nightmare. I hated it. What is Sand Attack and Sabrina with the Hypnosis and Agatha? Oh my god. Anyway, back to where we were becoming a champion. Pidgeot wasn't too much of a threat. I'm like, if I can get through this bird, we're gonna be in good spot. I decided to switch it into Gyarados. I don't want Nido Queen to keep taking unnecessary damage. Um, since we're gonna need it for later on. And I'm like, right on, come in now. It came unexpected. I thought when I switched it into Gyarados, it was gonna switch into Venusaur, but no. I decided to go right on. And I'm like, if I can connect with Giga Drain without dying, we can, take care of Rhydon, and we did. Rhydon went down, and now I can switch back to um, Gyarados because if Arcanine comes in, as we see right there with Flamethrower, it's gonna be way too much. It's gonna definitely um, KO on Tango, and we don't need that. We don't want that. So I ended up switching Gyarados. That way I can drop Arcanine attack, making it weaker, and I send Tortuga in so that way I can deal with it. But he has way too much healing, and I'm like, maybe one more, but no. Our Arcanine is bulky. I should have went for something more like Rain Dance so that way I could have possibly one shot it when he healed, but I didn't. And now I decide to send Venusaur. I'm like, I'm glad that it went for growth instead of Sunny Day in the beginning. As now that is a click Sunny Day, one more ice speed should be enough. It did. The crit, I don't know if it actually mattered, but we got a crit right there. Taking out Venusaur in 2 shot. And I'm like, yes, this is good. We're actually in a good spot. Now Alakazam come in under the sun. And I'm like, if I can live and attack, I can be inside of the big bag, keeping myself healthy. So that way I can Shadow Ball, sending Alakazam to the Shadow Realm. Oof, that was one good hit. And I'm like, if I would have been a little bit more high up in level, that probably would have been a one shot. But 2 shot, I take it. We take those. We were inside of the big bag, so no damage was gonna come in. I forgot that it actually ended up clicking Future Sight. So yeah, now it decided to send Gyarados, and I'm like, man, maybe I can set up in front of Gyarados. Might not have too much power, but as you guys can see, Future Sight came in, completely forgot about it. Um, Fortunately, on Tango went down, and I'm like, this is his last Pokemon. Don't tell me that it's gonna wipe out all my Pokemon after all my hard work. Hydro Pump Connect took care of the Pokemon that I thought it would, win this whole thing. Went down, and I'm like, well, I'm glad I put Shockwave into Snorlax as we got a crit right there. And I'm like, if I can connect with another one and it's a crit, would be good. But no, I ended up clicking Butter Slam because it was like a stab move and it's actually stronger. we didn't take care of it. We ended up paralyzing it, but it ended up healing, bringing his health all the way back to full. And I'm like, I'm glad that it keeps spamming Dragon Rage because that's only a 40 base attack and it's only doing 40 damage. And I'm like, if we can live and if we can go fast, we can we can win this. But no, we are actually slower. Luckily, it's in the red zone and it's actually fatigued right now. So I was hoping that it would like smack himself or that I would be like faster. But no, this rival, it has so many healing. He looks like a Pokemon center. Or I mean like a Pokemon market. I don't know how many healing he has. Like, jeez. And I'm like, I left you on the red zone so that way, we could take care of it with a little healing. And I'm like, can we please connect with Ice Beam? We did. We connect with the Ice Beam, taking down the champion. And I'm like, yeah, boy, I told you we were gonna become the champion. And there you go. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I just want to say thank you. Appreciate. If you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe. Smash that like button. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.